who's your dark horse title contender? We might have the same one,
I will say Mavs.
Yeah, I figured.
This dog is gonna drive me insane. You can leave, but you gotta stay out.
Yeah.
Yeah, good take, right?
I'm with you on the Mavs. We've talked about this on the draft special, but they literally added what they needed. Losing Seth Curry hurts, but offensively they'll be fine. And they get Josh Richardson, a guy who offers some pop offensively and is good defensively. Josh Green's a good defensive ad. They've added some 3-and-D wings that will really help make up for Doncic's defensive deficiencies. We know Porzingis is a good defender. I think Dallas, in a really wonky world, could totally surge in the West.
Yeah. I also think when you because you said this, Tyrell Terry in the second round.
Yeah, huge.
Was basically an exact copy of Seth Curry.
Yeah. And also it'll be better off in the NBA anyway.
And no one else was there, but if you watch the draft, actually we turned off the draft night special. Damn it.
Yeah, we turned it off right before the Terry pick.
Sam is my witness. I said Seth Curry was going to get traded when we picked Tyrell Terry.
Oh yeah, he did.
I called it. I'm wee hooping, but with a beard. So better. Also, I know the Ravens aren't that good, so I'm smart too.
Fair.
But yeah,
he's the Ravens fan.
I think Mavs aren't really dark horse. I think they're actually like top 4 in the West.
Yeah, but I'd say they're still I don't think most mainstream people are going to say the Mavs are going to win the title. I know you're going to because you're a fan, but I think a lot of people are going to stick Lakers, Bucks. I think a lot of people are going to stick in that Heat, that range. I don't think people are going to say the Mavericks.
Oh, Heat, if they get Harden, could you imagine?
Jesus.
That'd be insane.
Imagine that pick.
They'd have to give up a lot, though.
Imagine the pick and roll with Bam. They might have to give up Bam, but
because the Mavs are in our contender bubbles. I'm gonna go something a bit darker.
Yeah, we're going outside the bubble.
I'm gonna go outside the bubble. Okay. I'm going out of Bubbleville. You shouldn't do this during COVID, y'all, but I'm doing it. Okay. I'm gonna say the Phoenix Suns.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
You're doing that because that one guy commented on our post and was like, oh, what about the Suns? And I'm like, bro, they might not even get the 8th seed. And he's like, you're on one. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Read the news.
I think with the addition of Chris Paul, the Suns will have a good chance of making the playoffs this year.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I have them being a 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah, if they can get to the 5 seed, that's when I can see them being a very dark horse contender.
And here's the thing. Oh yeah, you keep going. Sorry.
But if they get the 8th seed, then maybe next year. But this is a team that needs to win now, and I think they know that. That's why they got someone who's old like Chris Paul.
And here's the thing about Phoenix that really intrigues me. Besides losing Kelly Oubre, every woman's favorite NBA player, but that man is good looking. I'll give him that. But.
Was this a dating show? Oh yeah.
Hey, if we have female fans, Kelly Oubre's your guy. He's insanely attractive. But the Suns, aside from the loss of Oubre, who's actually brings some 3-and-D capabilities and was a big loss, they had a net gain in free agency in the draft. I think the Suns are going to be a pretty talented team. I'm confused on that. Who they picked 10th? They picked they picked Jalen Smith 10th. I was a bit confused on that over Tyrese Halliburton, but they do have Chris Paul. Look, we saw what Chris Paul did in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And could you argue they had less weapons than Phoenix has now? Possibly, right? Because Devin Booker is an absolute stud and DeAndre Ayton's really good as well. So I think if you see the Chris Paul effect in Oklahoma City, imagine what that will be in Phoenix when you have a co-star in Devin Booker, who's a top 30 player in the league. That's going to be huge. I don't think I'm with you. I think my dark horse, if we're going out inside the bubble, would be the Nuggets, right? Because it's young, a lot of pieces. That's the classic one. If you want me to go outside the bubble, keep in mind I would not I'm not
get into the shadows, man.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go too crazy. but and this might sound a bit crazy. Uh, I think I actually didn't put the Warriors in my bubble. And I mean that's always a possibility. I don't think you did either.
No, I didn't. But I see where you're coming from, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
I
if
think the
you're
Warriors
picking
is my
them.
best one because my backup would have been the
Yeah.
Blazers, and I just don't think they have enough defensively.
Yeah. I totally get where you're coming from. I was actually gonna like when I saw the plan for today, I was gonna pick the Warriors, but like I think the Suns honestly are gonna surprise a lot of people this season. And I mean that's why. But like, no, I mean it's Steph Curry. Like he's got a lot to prove this year. I get it.
It's without, even though it's without Clay, right? Steph is obviously incredible. James Wiseman's going to
Yeah.
shore up that center spot that they've had problems with for years. Um, Kelly Oubre is not a bad player. Like
No, yeah.
3-and-D capabilities. I don't think they're ultimately going to have enough. I mean, obviously Draymond is a good glue guy and does a lot outside of
Yeah.
scoring. That's hugely important and allows the Warriors to play small ball. I think with Clay, it would have been a lot more possible and convincing. But
Yeah.
now I'd say them just because that's probably the best outside the bubble, and I think they're a little further forward than the Blazers would be. Even though you know my feelings on Dame. So yeah, I'll say the Warriors as mine outside my bubble. Nuggets inside.
And hey, you two, if you attack this guy right here, right to my
Other way.
right, other way?
Yeah, you're pointing right at me
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, I swear, if I get it wrong on YouTube, that's gonna be embarrassing. If you attack the guy next to me for saying the Warriors, then I will personally attack you on your NBA views. Okay. It probably took a lot of guts to say what he did. He doesn't like hot takes.
No,
I'm the guy that
I don't think they're going to, but I'm gonna say it because this is outside my bubble.
I
And I think
mean,
the Blazers is is far too palatable for many people.
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
and the
Uh,
whole defensive thing.